Hey guys, Kara here from Coaching with Kara, and we are about to kick off our 21-day fix 3-week challenge. And so today I wanted to just talk about the 3 zings, as Autumn calls them, because I know it can get a little confusing. We've already kind of gone through the containers, we've talked about the meal plan. Hopefully you've started doing some stuff. So I'm on page 37 of your 21-day fix book. If you don't have one and you want to join one of my groups, send me a message on Facebook. You can go to coachingwithkara.com and, come join us because the 21-day fix is an amazing program. All right, so the free foods I wanted to talk about. So the water bar, it talks about water. I am a big believer that you should drink at least a gallon of water a day. Now, that being said, that's a ton of water. And so for this 3 weeks, what I suggest for water, you should have half your body weight in ounces every single day. So figure out what that is, do the math, and that's what you need to aim for, okay? Other things that you can have for free: spices, mustards, herbs, garlic, ginger, extracts, and any of the seasoning mixes that are in the book. So those are just some things that could zing up and add a little flavor. Now, I want to talk on page 38 and 39. This is where it talks about the replacement containers. And so I just want to make it clear. So 3 times a week, you're allowed to replace your yellow container with one of the beverages. Okay, so you have to make that decision. Now, for me, I get 2 yellows. Yellows are my carbs. Yeah, right. I gave up almond milk, because I was like, I would rather eat it than drink it. You make that decision based on how many you get. And you can only do it 3 times a week, okay? Now, it says how much it is, so you can use your Shakeology shaker cup to measure it out. Things like milks, if you like milk in your Shakeology, I'm cool with water. Throw a little mint extract in with chocolate. Tip, do that, it's so good. But, any types of beverages that you can have within limits. This is also where you can have wine. You can have 4 ounces of it. So if 3 times a week you're like, I need a glass of wine, go for it. But you have to take one of your yellows out, okay? Now the other thing is the treats. Again, 3 times a week you can replace a yellow. So you have to plan for it with these type of treats. Now on page 39 it shows you a list of the treats. Now I want to give an example. So it says dried fruit medley, so like a trail mix or something like that. If you're doing that, you don't fill your yellow container up with it. You fill your orange container, but it counts as a yellow because that would be a ton, right? Chocolate chips, you can use a teaspoon. I know one of my challengers shared with me one of their favorite snacks 3 times a week is half a banana, melt chocolate chips, and drizzle it on top. That sounds delicious, right? Why wouldn't you do that? Potato chips, kettle corn, chocolate-covered raisins, and then there are some recipes. Now, here's what I'm going to say about treats. For me, I am not going to do any of the treats for the 3 times a week because for my journey, I get triggered by sweets. And one of my goals for the 3 weeks right now is, like I have a weight loss goal. It's not like huge, but I want to detox my body and reduce my sugar cravings because I've been eating just a lot of processed foods. And so I know that if I have one of these treats, it could easily, for me, turn into eating the entire bag of potato chips. So if you also are like that, okay, if that's also you, maybe don't do it. Now, if you go into the recipes, there's seasoning mixes. There's a couple recipes for just some basic meals and rice and things like that. There's Shakeology recipes. There's dressing recipes. There's the treat recipes. So you can make these. But again, the double chocolate chips, they're healthy, they count as your treat. You can have 1 cookie, but it makes 15. How many of you are really going to let 15 cookies sit there? I don't know. Maybe you have willpower more than I do. All right, the last little thing I would talk about is the eating out guide, which is on page 71. So just to be clear, you can eat out, plan for it, but you want to be smart about it. So, for example, it says you can have a cheese pizza, slice of pizza, that's 1 yellow and 1 orange, okay? Now, there are some things that are in green, and that means that they should fit in your green container. So if you're having pasta primavera, it needs to fit in your green container. That's about a cup. And it would be 2 yellows, 1 green, and 1 orange. So you have to just pay attention. So if you know you're eating out, my suggestion is go through it, plan that meal first, and plan the rest of your day around it. Okay, so those are just kind of the extras that I wanted to make sure we ended our week with so you had a full picture. Today, for your assignment, I'd like you to go through and post below whether you think you're going to use a treat or not, and if so, what do you think one of your treats will be? And again, if you need chocolate or wine to be a sane human being, be a sane human being. But know your body, know your triggers, and know yourself. All right, guys, can't wait to continue the journey together.